Good evening, everyone. In the last session, we have started our discussion related to chapter 2. As part of this chapter, we are going to understand operators and control statements. In the last session, we completed operators. What is operator? Operator is a symbol which performs some operation on operands. Operator is a symbol which performs some operation on operands. Here, I am taking into A into B. C is equal to A plus B. Plus is a operator which is going to perform calculation on the two variables. So operator is a symbol which performs some operation on operands. In the Java, there are several operators available. Operators are divided into multiple types. Arithmetic operators are available. Logical operators are available. Relational operators available. Assignment operators available. New operator, dot operator, and ternary operator. Arithmetic operators are used to perform arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, modulus, increment, and decrement. Increment is used to increase the value of the variable by 1. Decrement is used to decrease the value of the variable by 1. Increasing and decreasing. That post increment available, pre increment available. Post increment means first it will use the variable, then it is going to increment the value. When it comes to pre increment, first it will increment the value, then it will use the variable. Same thing for decrement also. Post decrement available, pre decrement available. Got my point? Next one, we discussed about relational operators. Relational operators are used to check relation between operands. Relation between two operands. Now, I want to check which number is greater number. I have two numbers. Out of the two numbers, which number is greater? I want to check the relation. To check the relation between two operands, then we can go for relational operator. Okay, plus, minus, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to, double equal to, all those things comes under relational operators. Next one, logical operators. What is the meaning of logical operators? What is the meaning of logical operators? Logical operators are used to check more than one condition, more than one relation. I want to check two conditions. I want to check three conditions. Then we will go for logical operators. Logical and logical are and not operator comes into logical operators. Next we discussed about assignment operator. What is the meaning of assignment operator? What is the meaning of assignment operator? Assignment operator is used to assign the value to a variable. Equals is called as assignment operator. Equals is called as assignment operator. Assignment operator is used to assign the value for a variable. Int a is equal to 10. Then we discussed about new operator. What is the purpose of new operator? New operator is used to create the object for a class. So Java programs nothing but Java classes only. Whenever we create a class, we need to create the object to perform the operation on the class. In order to create object for a class, we will use new operator. We will use new operator. Next one, dot operator is available. What is the meaning of dot operator? What is the purpose of dot operator? Dot operator is used to access class variables and methods. So Java dot, lang dot, string. Suppose there is a class called string class. String is a predefined class in the Java. In order to access that predefined class in the Java, we need to use package name. Classes are grouped into packages. Classes are grouped into packages. In order to use that string class, we need to use java.lang.string. Java.lang.class name. Similarly, there is a class called ArrayList class. In the Java, there is a predefined class called ArrayList class available. In order to access ArrayList class, we need to use java.util.arraylist. ArrayList is a predefined class available in util package that we will discuss in the collections framework. And string is a predefined class we will discuss in chapter 3. String class available in java.lang. That means dot operator we are using for accessing purpose. If you want to use any class variable, any class method, if you want to access, then we will go for dot operator. New operator is used to create the object. Dot operator is used to access the components, right? Equals is used for assignment purpose. Good. Next one, there is a operator called ternary operator. What ternary operator is also called as conditional operator. Ternary operator is used for decision making. What is the main purpose of ternary operator? Ternary operator is used for decision making. Ternary operator is used for decision making. Sir, how it is going to make the decision? Syntax. Here we are going to write condition. Now, here going to write expression 1. Then we are going to write expression 2. Condition, expression and expression 2. What is the meaning of that? If this, now I want to make a decision. Based on the condition, I want to execute either expression 1 or expression 2. If a condition is satisfied, then first expression will be executed. If a condition is not satisfied, then second expression is going to execute. So here we are making a decision to execute first expression or second expression. That is called as ternary operator. Ternary operator is also called as conditional operator. So here we are representing that with a question mark and colon. So condition will be available. You can write any condition using relational operator, using logical operator. You can write any condition. If your condition is satisfied, then first expression will be executed. Otherwise, second expression will be executed. If condition satisfied, then expression 1 will execute. Otherwise, expression 2 will execute. Now, let me write one simple example to demonstrate on that. Okay. Go to operators.java. Now, here I want to take integer a is equal to 10. What I have done? What is the meaning of integer a is equal to 10? I have created one variable, declaration plus initialization I have done in the single line. Declaration plus initialization I have done in the single line. Integer a is equal to 10. Then I am taking integer b is equal to 5. Now I want to write a condition. A greater than B. Now, yes, and I'm going to say no. A greater than B, yes or else no. If A is really greater than B, then what is the output? What is the output? Yes. If this condition satisfied, then it will execute yes. If this condition not satisfied, it will execute second expression. If a condition satisfied, first expression will execute. If condition not satisfied, second expression is going to execute. Are you clear with my point? Now, here guys, now the output is going to be string because group of characters are available. Yes or no, group of characters are available. So group of characters will be represented by string in the Java. What is the string? We will discuss in the coming class. So currently I am writing a ternary operator, condition, expression 1, expression 2. If a condition satisfied, first expression will be the output. If a condition not satisfied, second expression will be the output. Can I say it is used for decision making? Can I say it is used for decision making? Yes, we can say that it is used for decision making. Now go to our workspace location, open command prompt, compile the program. Do you know the syntax? Java C operators dot Java. Java C operators dot Java. Java space operators. What is the output? Yes. Why we are getting S as the output? Condition satisfied. Condition satisfied. Okay. For example, if I change my program, B value I am making as 50, then what should be the output? No. Why no should come as output? Condition is failing. Condition is failing. If a condition is failed, then second expression will be the output. If a condition satisfied, first expression will be the output. That is called ternary operator. That is called ternary operator. Okay. Now I have changed the value. Save the program. Save the program. Now Java C operators dot Java. My compilation is a success. Compilation is success. Java space operators. Are you able to get no as the output? Yes. With this, do you believe it is working for a decision making? If a condition satisfied, then expression 1 will execute. Otherwise, expression 2 will execute. So this is called as conditional operator. It is used for decision making. Okay. There is another operator, guys, which is there is another operator in the Java, which is instance of operator. Instance of, first of all, instance means object. What is the meaning of instance? Instance means object. So instance of operator is used to check this object belongs to particular class or not. Are you belongs to this class or not? Is this student belongs to this class or not? Okay. Is this object belongs to this class or not? To check object belongs to class or not, we are going to use instance of operator. But currently we don't know what is object. We have not started OOPS concept. Once we enter into OOPS, then I will explain you what is instance of. Just remember that it is used to check. It is used to check. It is used to check object reference belongs to a class or not. Now, suppose here I'm taking string str is equal to some Ashok IT. That is a variable which is holding group of characters. Now, if str instance of string or not, like this I want to check it. Here logic. So this str, can I call it as a variable? Can I call it as a variable? Yes. What is the name of the variable? What is the data type of the variable? In this program, what is the name of the variable? What is the data type of the variable? Name of the variable is str. Data type of the variable is string. What is the value available? Some characters. Group of characters available as a value. str is a variable which belongs to string data type. In the Java, string is a predefined class. In the Java, string is a predefined class. So we can call str is the reference variable of the string object. That we'll discuss slowly. Once we enter into OOPS, we'll understand what is the object, what is the instance, what is the class, all those things we'll discuss. Just I want to give you an overview for instance of operator. What is the purpose of instance of operator? Instance of operator is used to check object reference belongs to a class or not. str instance of string. That means, is this str really belongs to string? That is what it is going to check. That is called instance of operator. Instance of operator, ternary operator, dot operator, new operator. Now, let me open one of my project. Let me open one of my project. Let me open one of my project. I will show you whatever we have discussed here, the operators, everything we are going to use in our daily coding. Everything, whatever the operators we are discussing, everything we are going to use in our daily coding. I have opened my project workspace. I have opened my project workspace. Let me show you that. How I am using it. Don't worry about the code, whatever that we are doing. Can you see what is this? New. Why I am using this new? To create the object. Can I say random is a class? How I am accessing random class? Random is my class or random is a Java provided class? Random is a Java provided class. How I am using predefined class in my class? Import. We discussed the Java programming structure, right? What is the purpose of a package? Group of classes. In my project, I am going to create several classes. If you see my project, there are so many classes available in my project. There are so many classes available in my project. Those classes I grouped into one package. So in a class, we will have only one package statement. Only one package statement. In the Java, there are so many predefined classes are available. By using those predefined classes, I want to develop my project. Java is one language which is developed by Sun Microsystem. In the Java language, already some programs are available. Already some classes are available. Already some methods are available. By using Java language provided classes and methods, we are developing our own classes for our project. Are you guys getting my point? So Java already provided several classes, several methods. By using those classes, those methods, we are developing our Java classes. Why we are developing our Java classes? To develop our project functionality. To develop our project functionality, we need to write some code. You no need to do everything from the scratch. Already some classes are available in the Java. Using those classes, you need to write the logic. Using those classes, you need to write the logic. In order to write the logic, you need to create the classes. You need to create the methods. As part of our classes, we are going to use predefined classes. How to use predefined class in my class? Import. What I am doing, can you read this? Can you read this line? Just import java.io.bufferedReader. What is the meaning of that? BufferedReader is a predefined class available in java.io package. Java.io is a package. In that package, BufferedReader is one class. We don't know what is BufferedReader. but still we can understand the syntax. You don't know what is buffer reader. I have not explained. That is a files concept. In the files concept, we will understand what is buffer reader. Currently, we are just understanding syntax of the program. Whatever you are learning, I am comparing with my project. Whatever a small concept which I am explaining, I'm showing you where I am using in the real time. Okay, guys. Import. Can we have multiple imports in a class? Yes. Packages. Only one package statement will be available. Multiple import statements can be available. Can you see this? Can you read it? Import java.util.random. What is the meaning of that? In my class, I am importing random class which is available in java.util package. Are you clear with my point? Yes. Can you read this? Import org dot spring framework dot stereotype dot service. What is the meaning of that? Service I am importing into my class. Where is that service? That is in the Spring framework. That is in the Spring framework. Here, some classes I am taking from Java. Some classes I am taking from SLF4J. Some classes I am taking from Spring framework. Some classes are our classes. in.ashokit.bindings.login. Login is one class. I am using my class in another class by using import. If you want to refer one class in the another class, import is required. Import, reusing. Okay. Next one. Can you see what is this? Logger. What is that logger? Can I say it is a variable? Yes. Some value I'm storing. Forget about that value. Here I am using variable. If I want to declare a variable, data type is mandatory, data type is optional, data type is mandatory. So what is the data type of this variable? Logger. Is it a primitive data type or non-primitive data type? Non-primitive data type. That is a non-primitive data type. As of now, we discussed which data types? We discussed about only primitive data types. We need to learn about referenced data types in the coming classes. Okay. Can you say what is this? Random. What is that random? Random is a variable. What is the data type of the random? Random itself. Class name is a random. Variable name is random. Can I say it is a identifier? Can I say it is a identifier? What is the meaning of identifier? Name of the variable. Class name, variable name, method name. Everything is called as a identifier. Am I following rules of the identifier? Am I following rules of the identifier? Yes. What is the value stored into this variable? Which value stored into this variable? New, random. Here I am using new operator. Can you see what is the purpose of new operator? It is used to create the object for a class. So what is the syntax to create the object for a class? Class name. Variable is equal to new class name. Now when you look at this code, random is a class name. Class name, variable is equal to new class name. Can I say this line is used to create the object for a class? Yes. Which operator I am using to create the object for a class? New operator. What is the meaning of creating an object? Allocating the memory. Where the memory will be allocated for the objects in the JVM? Heap area. Who is responsible to allocate the memory for the Java program? JVM. Heap area, method area. What is the difference between heap area and method area? Class code will be stored into heap area. Object code will be stored. Class code will be stored into method area. Object code will be stored into heap area. Are you clear with my point? Now, can you tell me what is this? Parenthesis available. Parenthesis available, nothing but method. What is the purpose of methods in our program? What is the purpose of methods in our program? Methods are used to perform the action. Methods contains business logic. What logic we want to execute in our program, we will write that logic in the method. Can you read what is this? Generate random PWD. That means by looking at the method name, can you imagine what that method is going to do? That is called readability. Suppose if I write this method name as a test, can you understand? वो क्या करेगा? पता नहीं चलेगा. Yes or not? It is just a test method. Is there any meaning for that? कोई मतलब ही नहीं है. If I write the name as a test, there is no meaning for that. As a programmer, it is your responsibility to improve readability of your program. Whenever you are writing a class or whenever you are writing a method, you need to understand what we are going to do with this method. Then based on the method operation, choose the method name. Are you guys getting my point? Now, in my application, when user is registered, I want to generate one random password and send it to the user in the email. Now, can you see? Set generate random password. That means my program will generate a password for the user. That password will be sent in the email. Can you read this? Send email. What is the meaning of send email? It will send the email to the user with that random password. My code is having readability. If now you don't know, this is the topmost project, that last part of our full stack development. Whatever the code I am showing you, this is the last part of our course. That is our Java real-time project. Okay. By looking at the code, at least 20%, are you able to read that? Are you able to understand it? Yes, that is a good sign. That is a good sign. We are going in the proper direction. Every concept that we discussed, that are there in the program, that we are going to use in the program, not only in our project. Tomorrow, once you go to the company also, every day you need to write the code. As part of the code, you need to use the packages, you need to use the imports, you need to use the classes, you need to use variables, you need to use the methods, you need to create the objects, you need to allocate the memory, you need to compile the program, you need to run the program. That is your daily activity. As a programmer, that is your daily activity. So whatever we have learned, with that knowledge, are we able to understand what is happening in this class? What is the code available? At least are you able to read that code? Is it in the Greek and Latin for you? Is it in the Greek and Latin? No, we are able to understand. We are able to understand what is a variable, what is a class, what is a method. And if you see, am I following naming conventions here? Can you see that? Java coding standards, whatever the coding standards we have discussed, am I following those coding standards? By looking at this, can you tell me, is it a method or variable or class? It is a variable. It is a variable. Can you tell me what is this? It is a method. How can you say that it is a method? Parenthesis available. It is a method, parenthesis available. Am I following naming convention? Is it mandatory to write like this? No, but it is recommended. But it is recommended, highly recommended. If you see, Java has given buffer reader. Can you see what is the naming convention they are following? First letter, every word first letter is capital. Can you look at this file reader? F is capital, R is capital. Can you see array list? So the naming conventions are decided by me, or it is decided by Sun Microsystem? Decided by Sun Microsystem. As a Java developer, we all should follow those naming conventions. Then your program will have better readability. Whenever you write the code, other developers also should be able to understand your code. That is most important. Suppose here generate random password is available. I will write this method name as M1. I will leave this company. I will go to other company. Other developer will replace me. Then by looking at that M1, usko dimag kharab ho jata. Yes or no? He will not understand anything. Arey bhai, what is this M1? There is no meaning of that. There is no meaning for that. There is no meaning for that. So you need to write proper names, proper naming conventions. You need to follow while writing the coding. Got my point? I have seen so many people when they are writing the programs, they will use a class name as a test, class name as a demo, method name as M1, variable name as V1. That is not recommended. So first of all, you need to understand why you are writing the program. What is the purpose of this program? What this program is going to do. Based on that, you need to choose the class name, method name, variable name, and the naming conventions. Then readability will be available for your program. Clear with my point? For if the advantage of learning Java with me is I will show you real-time scenario for every concept. Every concept that I am discussing, I will show you where I am using in my project. Got it? Yes. So that you will see that, yes, we are learning in the real-time orientation. Good. So with this, we are done with our operators concept. Are you clear with dot operator, new operator, instance of operator? What is the purpose of new operator? New operator is used to create the object for a class. What is the meaning of creating the object? Creating object means allocating memory in heap area. Am I going to allocate that memory or compiler is going to allocate that memory? Compiler will allocate, huh? I will allocate, huh? Who will allocate? JVM will allocate the memory for the objects in the heap area. Got it? Yes. Next one, dot operator. What is the meaning of a dot operator? Dot operator is used to access variables and methods of the class. Class name dot method name, class name dot variable name, package name dot class name. So everything we are going to access with the help of dot. Right. Next one, ternary operator. What is the meaning of ternary operator? Ternary operator is used for decision making. So what is the syntax of the ternary operator? Condition, first expression, second expression. It is used for decision making. If the condition satisfied, then expression one will execute. If a condition satisfied, then first expression will execute. If a condition not satisfied, then second expression will execute. Are you clear with my point? Yes. What is the purpose of instance of operator in the Java? Instance of operator is used to check the variable belongs to particular class. This object belongs to particular class or not. Is this object belongs to string class? Is this object belongs to file reader? Is this object belongs to buffer reader? Is this object belongs to string buffer, string builder, array list? There are so many classes are there. We can create the objects for them. When I create an object, is that object is really belongs to that class or not? We can verify by using instance of operator. Right. What is operator? Operator is a symbol which is used to perform some operation on operands. So how many operands I can use? A plus B plus C plus D plus. Can I use any number of operands? Yes, we can use any number of operands when we are performing the operation. All right. Next one. The most important part now, that is control statements. Control statements. By end of these control statements, your logical thinking should improve. Everybody having a brain, right? But we have to use that properly. How good you are logically, you will understand by end of this topic. By end of this topic, you will understand what is your IQ, what is your thought process, how you are thinking, how you are writing the program, where you are not able to write the program, where you need to improve yourself to become a programmer. That we will self-realization you are going to get by end of this topic. What is that? Control statements. Okay, guys. Now, see here. In the interview, most of the questions, logical questions, they are going to ask from control statements, arrays, and strings. Most of the interviews, whether it is for a fresher or nowadays for experienced people also, they are going to ask the questions from the control statement. Very simple. I will ask you to write one Java program to print a triangle. Write a Java program to print a triangle like this. Okay. Now, you need to print one star, then print 2 stars, then print 3 stars, then print 4 stars, then print 4 stars. Okay, guys. Now, next one, print 5 stars. Like this, I want you to write a program to do this operation. I want you to write a Java program to print stars like this. And I want you to write a program to print a pyramid. I want to write a Java program to print a square. To print a rectangle, patterns printing. Okay, all those things we are going to understand as part of this control statements. All right. First of all, why these control statements concept available? These control statements operators not only in the Java. If you go for .NET or if you go for Python, if you go for PHP, C language, C++, everywhere in any programming language, operators and control statements will be available. First, let's understand what is the reason for learning control statements. Now, see here, guys. I am going to write one program, system.out.println hi. System.out.println hi. Now I will write system.out.println hello. Hello. Okay. Hello. Next, I am going to write system.out.println bye. System.out.println bye. Like this, I am writing several statements in the program. When I execute my program, Java will execute these statements sequentially. Line by line, it is going to execute my program. Are you guys getting my point? Now, let us see here. Let me go to one example. Delete the previous examples. Okay. Now, let me take one new Java program, new text document, Here, I'm going to talk about control statements. My class name is also control statements.java. We need to use appropriate name for the classes, variables, and methods to improve readability of our program. I can write with the demo also. I can write the class name as a demo also. Class name. What is the class name? Control statements. Control statements. Now I'm writing public static void main string arguments. String arguments. Inside this main method, I am writing 3 lines of code. I am writing 3 lines of code. System.out.println of hi, system.out.println of hello, system.out.println of bye. 3 statements I am writing. Save the program. Compile this. Java C control statements.java. To get the class name, I am not typing. If you see, I am writing C, I am pressing tab. My class name is coming. Getting my point? Am I typing everything? Am I typing everything? Java C, C, control statement. So I am pressing tab in the keyboard. It is giving that name. Okay. Now enter. Am I able to compile my program? Yes. Now Java space controls tab I pressed. Control statements remove that class. Now enter. How the program is executed? How the program is executed? Program executed sequentially. Line by line, my program is executing. And in the Java, the program execution is only forward direction. Program is execution only in the forward direction. Sir, can I reverse the execution? First I want to print bye, then I want to print hello, then I want to print hi. That is not possible. Java programs will execute in the forward direction, not in the backward direction. It is top to down, top to bottom approach. So if you write 10 lines of code, 10 lines of code will execute line by line. 10 lines of code is going to execute line by line. So line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, line number 4. Can I execute from line number 10, line number 9, line number 8, line number 7? Can I execute from bottom to top? That's not possible. Okay. So here, whatever the logic you write in the method, that lines of code will execute in the forward direction, top to bottom approach. Right. Now, the Java program execution is by default sequential execution. By default, it is sequential execution. What is the meaning of sequential execution? Line by line, it is going to execute. Line by line, it is going to execute. If I execute the program line by line, we cannot develop a real-time project. So if you want to develop one project, then our program should not execute line by line. Based on user operation, my code should execute. Are you guys getting my point? My program may have 10 lines of code. I don't want to execute all the 10 lines sequentially. I don't want to do that. Based on the condition, I want to execute the code. That is called control statements. Control statements are used to control execution flow of a program. Are you guys getting my point? Now, let us go to our website. Now, when you click on online training, only online training class schedules will come. Now, do you think that everybody who visit our website will click on online training directly? No. Some people may go to careers, interview questions. Some people may go to interview questions. Some people may go to about us. Some people may go to contact us. Some people may go to course details. So different users will perform different operations on my website. When user performs some operation, do I need to execute all the code line by line? In my project, there are 1 lakh lines of code available. When you open my website, is 1 lakh lines executing one after other? Am I going to execute all the 1 lakh lines in my project? Why? It's not required. I have written 1 lakh lines. It doesn't mean that 1 lakh lines will execute every day one after other. If you click online training, only that piece of code will execute. It will display training schedule. When you click on about us, there is some code which is responsible to display our institute information. If you click on contact us, there is some code which is responsible to display our contact details. Now tell me, in the real-time project, are we going to execute all the lines of the code one by one? Or we need to execute based on user operation, our website should be responsive. Our website should be responsive. It is not a static website. It is a dynamic website. It is a responsive website. If you do any operation, according to your operation, code will execute in the background. If you don't do anything, code will not execute. If you click some button, some code will execute. So whenever you click one button, all the code will execute, or only some piece of code will execute. Now, simple example. I have been to one interview. They asked me, tell me about yourself. I will tell, my name is Ashok. My father name is Suresh. His father name is Ramesh. His father name is Mahesh. His father name is Ganesh. His father name is Mal. Is it required for them? Why? I am telling my father name, his father name, his father name, his father name, his father name. Is it really required for that person? It is not. Kya bata rahe bhai? It is not required. When he asked me to tell about myself, I need to tell my name, my experience, my technical skills, which company I am working, which projects I am developing, what are my roles and responsibilities, what is my current salary, how much salary I am expecting, okay, in which location I am working, right? That is the information which is required for my interview. So why he need my father name, his father name, his father name? He doesn't need for that. He don't need that information. So now similarly, when user visit my website, do you think that I am going to execute all 1 lakh lines of code? Is it required? It is not required. But what is the default behavior of the Java? What is the default behavior of the Java? Everything it is going to execute sequentially. So if the code is executing sequentially, can I develop one real-time project? Can we develop one real-time project? No. Here, as a programmer, it is our responsibility to tell the JVM when to execute which line of code. Hey JVM, don't execute like an idiot. You don't execute like line by line. I will tell you when you should execute first line, when you should execute second line, whether third line execution required or not required, fourth line execution required or not required, fifth line execution required or not required. I will tell to JVM. That is called controlling program execution. Are you guys getting my point? Why I need to control my program execution? Why I need to control my program execution? If I don't control, what will happen? Everything is going to execute line by line. Is it recommended? If you open Facebook, everybody will use Facebook in the same way, or people will use differently? Differently. Some people will check other people profiles. Some people will do chatting with friends. Some people will just scrolling what is happening. Some people will check a news feed. Some people will check Facebook stories. Yes or no, guys? So people will perform different operations on the website. When people are performing different operations on the website, according to user operation, my backend code should execute. If you click on login button, only login method should execute. If you click on register button, only register button code should execute. If you click on logout button, only logout button code should execute. We should not execute every line of code for every operation. We need to control program execution. How we are going to control the program execution? That's where control statements comes into picture. Are you getting my point? Now tell me, what is the purpose of control statements in the programming languages? To control the execution of the program. When which line of code should execute, we will control by using control statements. Clear for all of you? Yes, let's make a note of it. Control statements. In Java code will execute line by line. That is the default behavior. Java program code will execute code will execute line by line, sequentially. This is default behavior. This is default behavior. With this line by line execution, we cannot develop a project. We cannot develop a project if the code is executing line by line. To develop a project, in project, code should execute based on user operation. So to satisfy our customer requirement, code should execute based on some condition. To satisfy user requirement, our code should execute based on some conditions. To execute the code based on the conditions, we need to go for control statements. Using control statements, we can execute program. Using control statements, we can control program execution order or execution flow. Using control statements, we can control program execution flow. That means which lines of code should execute for which operation. If you click login, code should execute. If you click logout code should execute. When which lines of code should be executed, I will control by using control statements. In Java, control statements are divided into 3 types, guys. We are going to divide the control statements into 3 types. Control statements are divided into 3 types. What are those 3 types? First one is decision-making statements. Or it is also called as conditional statements. Second one, looping statements. Third one is transfer or branching statements. How many types of control statements available in Java? There are 3 types of control statements available in the Java. What is the purpose of control statements in the Java? Control statements are used to control program execution flow. I don't want to execute my program line by line, because if the code is executed line by line, my user will not feel good. My user don't want to execute all the code in the website. User may click on online training. User may click on classroom training. User may click on contact us. User may click on login button. Whatever user do on the website, based on that my code should execute. That means I need to control my program execution flow. To control the program execution flow, we will use control statements. Control statements are divided into 3 types. What are those 3 types? First one is conditional statements. Second one, looping statements. Third one, transfer statements, or we can call as branching statements. Coming to conditional statements. In the conditional statements, again, multiple available. Those are if, simple if is available, and if else available, if else ladder is available, if else. That is called if else ladder. if else ladder. Like a ladder, if, else if, else if, else if, else if, else. Like that, if else ladder will be available. Simple if and if with else, if else ladder is available. Then next one, switch case is available. What is that, guys? Switch case is available. These are the things comes under conditional statements. These are used for decision making. If a condition satisfied, execute some code. If a condition not satisfied, execute some other code. If condition satisfied, execute some code. If condition not satisfied, execute some other code. Let us see here. Now, in our website, we have that facility. In our website, we have that facility. Okay. Now, I have logged out. Now, open login. I'm clicking on login. Okay. Here, I'm giving some email ID and password. I am clicking on login. What happened? That means some code is executing or not. If my credentials are invalid, error message is coming. If my credentials are invalid, error message is coming. Okay. Now, if I use some valid credentials, if I click on login, then what happened? I logged in. So my code is executing based on condition or not. So in the background, some code is available. That code is executing based on some condition. If email ID password is correct, go to dashboard. If email ID password is incorrect, display error message. So I have a code to display error message. I have a code to display dashboard. But both are working together. Both are executing at a time? No. If email ID password is satisfied, if they are valid, then only go for dashboard. If email ID password is incorrect, display error message. Are you guys getting my point? So am I able to control the execution? Am I able to control my execution of the code? How I am controlling? By using control statements. Which control statements I am using? Conditional statements I am using. If email ID password is valid, display dashboard. If email ID password is invalid, display error message. So like this, we can control program execution by using conditional statements. If else, if condition satisfied, execute some code. Else, execute some other code. Are you guys getting my point? So decision, based on the decision, based on the condition, I want to execute the code. For that, we are going to use conditional statements. Next one, we have looping statements. We have looping statements. What is the meaning of looping statements? Looping statements are used to execute same code multiple times, repeatedly. Repeatedly, I want to execute the same code. I want to print hi for 10 times. Do you want me to write system.out.println of hi first time, then second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time? 10 times means I can write it. I want to print that message for 1,000 times. Is it easy? No. Then what I need to do? Loop. I need to go for loop. What is the meaning of loop? Executing the same code multiple times, repeatedly. I want to repeat. That is called loop. In the Java, you can, if you want to execute the code only one time based on the condition, if email ID password not valid, display message only one time. That's it. Only one time execution I want to do for my code. If you want to execute the code only one time based on the condition, then go for conditional statements. What are the conditional statements available? Simple if is available, if else available, if else ladder is available, and switch is also available. Now, My requirement is different today. I want to execute my code 10 times. The same code I want to execute 10 times. How can I do that? By using looping statements. When it comes to the looping statements, we have while loop and we have do while loop, and we have for loop, and we have for each loop. For each loop. How many types of loops available now? There are 4 loops available. There are 4 loops available. What are the 4 loops available? While loop available, do while loop is available, for loop is available, for each loop is also available. Now, loops are divided into 2 types. Loops are divided into 2 types. One is range based loop. Second one is conditional based loop. Print the numbers from 1 to 10. That means I have given the range. You need to execute the code only for 10 times. Print the number, print hello for 10 times. Am I giving the range? Do you know how many times you need to execute the code? 10. Print the hello message for 10 times. That is called range based loop. For loop is a range based loop. I will give one message. I will give a requirement. Print hello message till tomorrow morning 6 o'clock. Do you know how many times you need to print it? No. What is there? Condition is there. What is there? Tomorrow till morning 6 o'clock, you need to execute hello message. You need to print hello message. It may be 1 lakh times. It may be 2 lakh times. It may be 10 lakh times also. You don't know. I have given condition. I have given a condition. Okay. If you know how many times you need to execute the code, then you can go for range based loop. If you don't know how many times you need to execute the code, then you will go for conditional based loop. While is a conditional based loop, for is a range based loop. So here, what is the purpose of loops? What is the purpose of loops? If you want to execute the code repeatedly, then we will go for loops. Why we will go for, when we will go for conditional statements? If you want to execute the code based on some condition, then we will go for conditional based loop. Now, in our website, there is a screen online training. Let me go to that. Can you see? For all the courses, are we getting that free? That label free is coming, right? Are we getting that label for all the courses? How we manage it that? So now for courses, whichever the course we are offering for free of cost, only for that course, that free tag should come. Now if you see in the table, there are 10 courses displaying. So in our page, you can understand what are the courses are starting in our institute. What are the courses starting in our institute? If you see the course name display is common for all the courses or it is different? It is different. Can you read the first one? Dockers and Kubernetes. For that there is a label. What is that label? Weekend. That is a weekend batch. That is a weekend batch. When it comes to data structures and algorithms, is there any label available? Because it is a normal regular batch. It is a normal regular batch. Can you see the 10th record? Hibernate with JPA. What is the tag available? Free. That means code is executing based on condition. When the course price is 0, that course will come as a free. When the course price is 0, that course name will display with free. If the course is a weekend batch, then the label will come as a weekend. So now my code is, if my code executing sequentially, for every course weekend should come, free should come. Is it coming like that? For all the courses, am I getting free tag? For all the courses, am I getting weekend tag? Only for few courses it is coming For a few courses, it is not coming. Is there any magic abracadabra? Am I doing any abracadabra in the code? No. Then how it is happening? Conditions are available. My program is having a condition. My program execution, I am controlling. My program execution, I am controlling. How we can control the program execution? By using control statements. Are you guys clear with my point? Now, here, free tag is coming 10 times or it is coming only one time? Only one time. That means if a condition satisfied, code should execute only one time. If a condition satisfied, code should execute only one time. For that, you will go for conditional statements. What are the conditional statements available in the Java? Come on. What are the conditional statements available in? Simple if else ladder, and switch. Sir, what is the difference? That we will discuss in the tomorrow session. Today, I want to give the trailer. What we are going to learn in the control statements and what is the main purpose of learning control statements. Now tell me, are we learning control statements for time pass? Are we learning for time pass? So are we going to use them in the real-time project? Without control statements, can you imagine a project? Without control statements, can you develop a project? Impossible. Impossible. Sir, impossible means I am possible. That will be good to read, that's it. In the practically, it will not work out. Without control statements, you cannot develop a project. The default nature of the program will execute the code line by line sequentially. If the code is executed line by line sequentially, our requirement will not satisfy. Now, if my code is executed sequentially, for every course, free tag should come. If everything is free, Ashok IT will close. Yes or no? If I give every course for free of cost, after 6 months, what will happen? लाख करके शटर बंद करो. अगर पैसा नहीं है तो कैसे चला सकते भाई? Yes or no? Without money, can we run the institute? We need to pay lot of rent. We need to pay the salary for the employees, power bill, AC bill, inverter bill, chairs, tables, projector, electricity, mics, speakers, everything. Everything we have to purchase. The infrastructure setup we are doing, lot of maintenance will be available. So if we want to do that maintenance, paisa lena hi padega. Yes or no? If I give everything for free, band karo. After 6 months, no Ashok IT. Shutter close. Shutter close. Now, if I don't write the condition in my code, for every course it will come as free. Then people can attend the free classes directly from the website. It will not ask any payment. It will not ask any payment. Directly it will allow you to log in into the website. It will allow you to access the Zoom link directly without payment. So here my code is executing with some condition, right? So if the condition when my code is executing, if whenever we are scheduling a batch in the website, we will enter course price. If I give the course price as 0, then free tag will come. Whenever I am displaying the courses in the table, it will check what is the course price. If course price is 0, label will come as free. Are you guys getting my point? Yes. Now, so here, based on the condition, my code should execute. Based on my condition, my code should execute only one time. If my code should execute only one time based on the condition, then go for conditional statements. Now, I want to execute the code repeatedly, bar execute karna hai. How can we do that? So we need to go for looping statements. How many types of loops available in the Java? 4 types of loops available. What are the 4 types of loops available? While loop available, do while loop available, for loop available, for each loop is also available. Good. Next one, branching statements are available, or we can say transfer statements are available. These are also used to control our program execution. Okay, first one, break. What is the first one? Break. Brake means general bike brake. You are riding a bike, you press brake. Matlab stop. So here brake is also a keyword in the Java which is used to come out from the execution. I want to break my program execution. I want to break my program execution. Then I will go for a keyword called break keyword. Similarly, there is a keyword called continue. There is a keyword called continue. Continue means चलते रहे. No. Continue means in the Java, there is a small tricky concept. Continue is a small tricky concept. When you are executing the loop, I want to skip current iteration and I want to continue. That means here my loop is there to print the numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My loop is executing. My requirement is I don't want to print number 3. I hate number 3. For example, I hate number 3. I want to print the numbers from 1 to 5, but number 3 should not be printed. That means skip number 3, then print 4 and 5. That is called continue. So I want to skip one iteration of the loop and I want to continue the remaining iterations. For that, we will go for a keyword called continue keyword. Are you guys clear with my point? What is the difference between break and continue? Break means come out. Break means come out. Okay. You are roaming inside that room. Bye, Baharaja. Come out. Come out. That means break statement. What is the meaning of continue? Skip only one iteration, then continue. Skip one iteration, then continue. Next one, there is a statement called return. What is the meaning of return? Come back. What is the meaning of return? Come back. Now, my method is executing. I want to come out from that method. I want to stop that method and I want to come out from that method. Now, I told you, go to that bus stand and bring one chair. You went off distance. My vola, bye, stop it, come back. So you are traveling. Then I called you in the middle, come back. We don't need that. We don't need that now. So what I'm thinking is here, my code is printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My code is going to print numbers from 1 to 10. I realized that if the after printing number 6, okay, remaining numbers I don't want, come out. Come out. Stop it, come out. For that I am going for return. So break, continue and return. Return is used to stop method execution in the middle. Are you guys getting my point? Return is used to stop the method execution. Break, continue and return. Theoretically, it may be some confusion, but practically we are going to write the program. Then you will get full clarity how these conditional statements are working and looping statements are working, branching statements are working. So what is our agenda for tomorrow's session? What is the agenda for tomorrow's session? Tomorrow we are going to understand how to work with control statements through programs. We need to write the program and we need to understand what is a control statement, when to use which control statement in the program, how to control the execution flow of the program. That we'll discuss in the tomorrow session. Are you clear? Yes. Now, so today what we have discussed? We discussed about ternary operator and we understood some project code. So are you able to at least understand 10% of the code in the project now? You may not be able to write it at this moment because you are just 10 days old to the Java world. You are just 10 days old. Within this 10 days of time, you are able to understand 10% of the code in the project. Got my point? Yes. We understood ternary operator. What is the purpose of ternary operator? Ternary operator is a decision making. If a condition satisfied, execute first expression. If a condition not satisfied, execute second expression. So with that, we completed our operators discussion. Next, we discussed about control statements. Why we need to go for control statements? To control the program execution. Now, I have a question. Why we need to control the execution? JVM will execute the program line by line sequentially. What is the problem if code executed sequentially? Different users will perform different actions on the website. Different users will perform different actions on the website. For every user, do you want to execute same code? Or based on user request, we need to execute the code? Based on the user request, we need to execute the code. So how to execute some piece of code for one user? By using control statements. Control statements are used to control execution flow of a program. I don't want to execute my program sequentially. I don't want to execute my program line by line. I want to control the execution by using some conditions. Okay, can I execute Java program from bottom to top? Is it possible or impossible? It is impossible. What is the Java nature? Top to bottom, top down approach only. Bottom to top, we cannot do that. We cannot do that. Now, control statements are divided into how many types? Control statements are divided into 3 types. What are the 3 types? Conditional statements available, looping statements available, transfer statements available. What is the purpose of conditional statements? Execute the code only one time based on the condition. Conditional statement means execute the code only one time based on the condition. How many conditional statements available? What are those? 4 conditional statements available. What are those? Simple if else ladder is available and switch is available. Looping statements. What is the meaning of looping statements? I want to execute the code repeatedly. Same piece of code. I want to execute same piece of code repeatedly. Then we will go for looping statements. What are the looping statements available? While loop, do while, for loop, for each loop. Next, branching statements are transfer statements. What is the purpose of transfer statements? Stop the execution or skip the execution or break the execution. How many branching statements available? 3 branching statements available. What are those 3? Break, continue, and return. Break, continue, and return. 3 branching statements are available. Very good. Guys, are you able to understand or feeling bored? Bored lag raha hai kya? Nahi? I'm updating the notes here. Yeah, same file I have updated, guys. So when you go to view notes, you will get a download option. Can you see all the notes till today? Yes, the complete notes I have uploaded. You can access that notes from the website. So from tomorrow onwards, actual logic implementation is going to start in the programs. Don't miss the live classes, right? You need to practice the code properly. Don't try to buttify the code. Logically, you need to think and you need to improve your analysis part. Logical thinking should be improved to become a programmer. Okay, so today 9 o'clock module 2 class is available, and tomorrow we will continue our class at 6 o'clock. Today I was late for 30 minutes, so from tomorrow class will be available at 6 o'clock only. Thank you. I will see you in the tomorrow session. Thank you, guys.